What if I told you the most terrifying creature movie of 2026 isn't from Hollywood, but from South Korea? A small harbor town, mysterious deaths, bodies torn apart in the darkness, and something hiding deep in the mountains, waiting to hunt humans one by one. This is Hope, the explosive new sci-fi thriller directed by legendary filmmaker Na Hong-jin, the mastermind behind The Wailing. And trust me, this movie is absolutely insane. The movie begins in the isolated coastal mining town of Hopo Port, a cold and quiet place surrounded by forests and mountains in rural South Korea. The town already feels abandoned and lifeless because massive wildfires are burning nearby, cutting off roads, communications, and outside help. One night, local hunter Sung-ki receives a disturbing call from one of his friends deep in the forest. When he arrives, he discovers a horrifying sight: a bull lying dead in the middle of the road. Its body is ripped open with deep claw marks unlike anything they've ever seen before. Flies cover the corpse, and the hunters realize immediately that no normal animal could have done this. Sun-ki contacts his cousin, Police Chief Bom-suk, played by Hwang Jung-min. Bom-suk is a tough but exhausted officer, trying to keep order while the wildfires push the town into panic. At first, he assumes it might be a bear attack or the work of smugglers hiding in the mountains. But when Bom-suk returns to town, the situation becomes far worse. Bodies begin appearing everywhere. Some are decapitated, others seem torn apart from the inside. Buildings are damaged with massive holes smashed through walls and rooftops. Entire streets are covered in blood, but strangely, nobody actually sees the killer. This creates one of the film's biggest strengths: fear of the unknown. For nearly an hour, the audience only hears sounds of destruction: distant screams, gunfire echoing through foggy streets, explosions from the forest, and strange animal-like cries hidden in the darkness. Meanwhile, rookie police officer Sung-ae, played by Jung Ho-yeon, joins Bom-suk during the investigation. Unlike the others, Sung-ae stays calm and practical even when chaos spreads everywhere. She becomes the emotional center of the story, while the rest of the town slowly falls apart. At the same time, Sung-ki and a group of hunters head into the mountains searching for answers. They believe they're tracking a dangerous beast, but soon they realize something terrifying. The creature is hunting them. The forest sequences become survival horror scenes. Hunters disappear one by one. Some are dragged into darkness. Others are found hanging from trees with strange wounds. The group starts fighting among themselves out of fear and paranoia. Eventually, Bom-suk finally encounters the creature during an attack in town. But instead of showing a simple monster, director Na Hong-jin reveals something much stranger. The monster appears intelligent. It moves violently and kills brutally, but there are moments where it seems confused, frightened, and even defensive rather than purely evil. This completely changes the tone of the film. As the story continues, clues reveal that mysterious beings may have crashed near Hopo Port long before the events of the movie. Hidden caves and abandoned mining tunnels contain strange biological material and ancient-looking technology. The local government may have secretly known something about the creatures for years. Then, the film introduces its biggest mystery. Characters played by Michael Fassbender, Alicia Vikander, and Taylor Russell appear as mysterious humanoid beings connected to the creature attacks. For most of the movie, they barely speak and remain hidden in shadows, making their presence feel unsettling and alien. Near the climax, Bom-suk learns the truth. The creatures are not invading Earth. They are survivors. Their ship crashed near the mountains years ago, and they've been hiding ever since while humans slowly hunted and experimented on them. The recent wildfires accidentally exposed their hidden shelters, forcing them into open conflict with the town. This revelation changes the audience's perspective completely. The humans, especially the hunters and local authorities, become increasingly violent and paranoid. They stop trying to understand the creatures and instead focus only on destruction. Bom-suk himself struggles between fear and empathy. Throughout the movie, he acts like a traditional action hero, but by the end, he realizes he may have been fighting victims instead of monsters. The final act becomes tragic rather than heroic. The town is destroyed, fires consume the mountains, survivors flee through empty roads while military forces move into the area. The creatures attempt to escape, but most are killed during brutal confrontations. In the final moments, the surviving alien characters finally communicate briefly, hinting that they were searching for refuge, not conquest. Their appearance was misunderstood from the beginning because humans reacted with fear first. The ending is intentionally ambiguous. One surviving creature escapes into the wilderness while the government begins covering up the incident. Bomsuk watches the burning town in silence, realizing too late that humanity may have created the disaster itself. The movie closes with a haunting feeling rather than a victorious ending. Instead of asking, "How do we kill the monster?" Hope asks, "What if the real monsters were the humans who refused to understand something different?" That moral twist is what makes the film more than just a creature thriller. It becomes a dark sci-fi story about fear, violence, survival, and humanity's instinct to destroy what it cannot understand. What makes Hope truly powerful is not just the monster, the action, or the mystery. It's the way the film slowly changes your understanding of who the real enemy is. At the beginning, the movie feels like a classic survival thriller. A terrifying creature attacks a small town, people are dying, and the heroes must fight back. The audience naturally wants revenge against the monster, but director Na Hong-jin cleverly manipulates those expectations. The more the story progresses, the uncomfortable the audience becomes. The humans start acting crueler, more selfish, and more violent. Fear turns ordinary people into monsters themselves. Hunters enjoy killing. Authorities hide the truth. People stop trying to understand what's happening and focus only on destruction. Meanwhile, the creatures, which first appear horrifying, slowly begin to feel tragic. That emotional reversal is the heart of the movie. Instead of giving viewers a simple humans versus aliens story, Hope forces the audience to question their own instincts. Why do we immediately fear something unknown? Why do humans always assume that different means dangerous? Another thing that makes the movie powerful is its atmosphere. The isolated town, burning forests, empty roads, distant screams, and constant tension create a feeling of hopelessness from the beginning. Even before the creature appears, the movie feels terrifying. Director Na Hong-jin uses silence, sound design, and long tracking shots to keep viewers nervous every second. The film also avoids making its characters perfect heroes. Police Chief Bomsuk, played by Hwang Jung-min, initially looks like a strong action hero, but as events spiral out of control, the movie strips away that heroic image. He becomes frightened, confused, and emotionally broken like everyone else. That realism makes the tragedy hit harder. The movie's final message is what truly stays with viewers after it ends. The creatures were not invading Earth, they were simply trying to survive. But humanity's fear, greed, and violence turned the situation into a disaster. By the end, the audience realizes the title Hope is deeply ironic. In a world ruled by fear and misunderstanding, hope itself becomes difficult to find. That's why the film feels more than just entertainment. It becomes a commentary on human nature. Underneath the sci-fi horror and action, the movie explores fear of outsiders, moral panic, survival instincts, and the danger of judging others before understanding them. And that emotional complexity is what separates Hope from ordinary monster movies. Visually, this movie looks massive. The cinematography, the long tracking shots, the atmosphere, the sound design, everything feels intense and immersive. Even during quiet scenes, the tension never disappears. Yes, the movie is long at around 160 minutes, and some chase scenes feel stretched out, but the experience is still unforgettable because director Na Hong-jin constantly keeps the audience uncomfortable and guessing. Hope is not just a monster movie. It's a brutal survival story, a psychological thriller, and a dark commentary on human nature hidden inside a sci-fi nightmare. So, are you excited for Hope? Tell us in the comments what you think about this terrifying sci-fi thriller. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel CheezeDrama for more upcoming movie updates and reviews.